welcome back to the channel everybody. So we're here at Sarehole Mill, so you can see Sarehole Mill just behind us and the ford will be over there. So we're going to have a look at a small scale ecosystem. So let's have a look at what makes up an ecosystem. So an ecosystem, any ecosystem big or small, is made up of biotic and abiotic organisms. So biotic are everything that is living, so the plants and the animals, and the abiotic are anything that's not living, so for example the weather, the climate and the soil. So let's have a look what makes up Sarehole Mill. So we've got here some plants, so they are the producers. So a producer is anything that's using the sun's energy to produce food. So we've got lots of things here. We've got hawthorn bushes, we've got blackberries in the autumn, grass, lots of wild garlic. So all of these are producers and they're going to provide energy for the consumers. So consumers include lots of birds I can hear here, so robins, thrushes, all sorts of birds, and the biggest one at the top of the food chain is the heron in Hall Green. You might have seen the heron flying around. And then finally we've got decomposers, the organisms that will rot down that material to feed the soil. So let's have a look. So we've got the river coal here, and you get a consumer like the frog. Okay, so we found a frog living down here on the river coal, and they choose to eat things like tiny little flies, little ants. So that's a consumer eating other smaller consumers that perhaps would have fed on bits of grass or algae within the river, or bits of the soil. Okay, let's have a look what else we can see. So we've got over here, we've got a tree that's fallen down, that's rotting down. And the tree here will be rotting down, and then nutrients from that tree will be going into the soil. So let's have a look under here, because often you can have a really good example under here. We've got lots of fungus. So this is not the slug, that's a consumer, but that's also helping to break down this piece of rotten wood. So fungus is a decomposer, it's rotting down that material. Just put that slug away. Lots of little ants and grubs and bugs in there helping to break that down. So when decomposers rot down that material, they eat it, nutrients from all this rotten bark and tree go back into the soil then to feed the plants. So it's feeding, the plants will then feed off that really rich soil using the sun's rays to turn that into energy for the consumers. Okay, so our small scale ecosystem then is made up of biotic, plants and animals, abiotic, the non-living, the climate, and the soil, and we've got producers producing energy, consumers and decomposers. And the things you need to think about is what happens when there is any change in that food web. So for example, what happens when the council come down and suddenly cut down all the bushes? It means that that food source is depleted, is reduced. So maybe there's going to be less bugs, less flies, less bees, and so it means that the animals that are eating those will then be reduced. So it means at the top of the food chain, the heron, maybe the numbers of herons living in Hall Green will be reduced even further. So you need to think about how everything is interconnected, that food web, and what happens when one of those is taken away or when one of those flourishes. So let's say we have a really good autumn and loads of blackberries, then there's going to be loads and loads of bees and birds, and so it means populations of some animals will then increase. Okay, so think about how small changes will affect the whole food chain and food web. Okay.